Hi, welcome to the video today on fresh meat at retail outlets, in particular Woolworths at the moment. So Woolworths recently developed a new standard for their fresh meat and produce at the supermarket, where they now require a 2D data matrix code to be on the packaging. The key reason for this is that on the packaging itself, it's got a series of best before dates and pricing, which is manually readable by a person. However, when it went through the checkout, it wouldn't identify if the product's expired or if it needs to be discounted, for example, because it could be near its expiry. So as you'll see here, we've got two different products. We've got some mince, which is on a nice white label, and it's on a nice low gloss white background. We also have our steak, which is on a glossier label with a red background. So it's key when you start to select your label type and the way that you're going to print your codes, that you have the right background and the right color to include all of the data and allow for scannability at the checkout. So this one here, which we'll show you a little bit later about the size of the barcode, is a little bit stretched, so it's harder to read at the checkout, versus this one here on a nice square code on a white background. This will scan very easily through the checkout. So the data which is encapsulated in this code now, so it used to be simply the EAN number and the price. We now have the EAN number, the price, the best before date, and the weight as well. So should the supermarket wish to go along and check all of their products and look for a particular batch number, for example, as well, which is also encapsulated into the code, they can simply scan the barcode with their handheld scanner and it will tell them all the information about it, which can then be referenced back to their system to ensure the product's not recalled and it's within date. Or if they need to reduce the price of that product, maybe there's a sale coming on or the product is nearing its best before, so they'd like to reduce it, they can simply scan the code, select their reason for reducing the price, press enter, and it'll print them a nice new barcode, which will go straight over the top of that and ensure that when you get to the checkout, you're charged the right amount for the right weight of the product, and it's captured as well that that product has gone through the supermarket and been sold. This one here, as you can see, is on a nice white background. It's got the best before date, but this one is actually a fixed weight product. So this one here is 500 grams, and so this particular barcode will only contain the best before date, the batch number, and the product EAN code, whereas this one here is a variable weight product, so it does include the variable weight and also the additional costings as well to go with it. So it'll actually say this particular steak is $13.96 and it'll have that within the code itself. But that is the key reason behind the change, is to ensure that when you purchase a product, you know it's in date, you know it's a good quality, and if there were any issues with the manufacturer for recall purposes, they can simply scan the barcode and tell you if the product's good to go or if it needs to be recalled. So both of these products are actually printed inline. So as the product comes down the production line, this particular one goes through a tray sealer, and this one here would go through a vacuum tray sealer. They're actually printing these codes live, and they're printed with either a inline label printer applicator or a thermal transfer over printer as well. As with these trays, we can actually have this information pre-printed onto the film potentially, and you can overprint straight onto that film with a thermal transfer type printer, and that would allow for that quality of code and readability as well in an inline situation. So it doesn't have to be cumbersome, and it doesn't have to be a huge investment for your business to change from 1D to 2D, but it is essential for traceability purposes and also ensuring that a product is safe when you purchase it. So yeah, it's a little bit about fresh meat and 2D barcodes onto fresh meats products for Woolworths.